Hey guys, how are you? Pierluigi, GigaSoft. Today I'd like to show you my latest Android app and how it works. And to do that, I'm going to show you some nice devices that I have here on my desk, and then I'll show you what you can do with my app and the devices. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have. So first of all, we have a Raspberry Pi, which will act as an MQTT broker in our demo, which means essentially a post office for all the MQTT messages that flow in the network. The other thing is this board, okay, which is an air quality board that I made. And this is made out of a WeMOS controller, and then I have two devices. This is for temperature and humidity. This is a nice display, and this is a gas detector which detects CO2 and VOC. These two devices, the display and the gas detector, communicate with the CPU over I2C, which is a very nice protocol. The other board is this breadboard, and that's essentially just a relay, again WeMOS based. That's a relay that actuates a 5-volt fan. The other board that we have, and that's the last, is a 433 megahertz hub, which means that this board will detect anything that will come from these two devices. In this case, I have a magnetic switch 433 and a passive infrared detector. Okay, now all three devices can publish MQTT messages. Okay, let's see now how the app interacts with these devices. Now let's switch on the phone. Okay, we switch on the app. The app is called MQTT Alert, and it's available on the Android Play market. So the first thing you do with the app, in my case it's pre-configured because I've already configured. The first thing you have to do is to configure your broker. In this case, this is my local broker, okay, on my local network. You have to configure the name, the client ID, the IP address, the port, usual things, and of course the security credentials. Timeout 0 means that in case of disconnection, the app will keep on connecting. Okay, you can have more than one broker configured. If you press on the database here, you have other connections. So for example, you can switch to another local broker or a cloud broker. The broker configurations can be saved in CSV and imported back from CSV. So now let's switch back to the local broker and confirm. The next step we have to take is to configure the alerts. Essentially, when you configure the alert, you configure the name, the topic, and the payload value, which is the value of the topic that you want to monitor. So when the value will be equal to the one that you have configured, you will get an alert, which can be a vibration, which can be a sound, or even a sound alarm that you can choose among the system sounds. Or you can of course add additional sounds. Of course, I'm not going to configure a new one because I have already configured. The important thing, you can also configure analog type of alerts. In this case, you will monitor when the payload is greater than or less than, and so on. Okay, same concept. When the condition is met, the condition is true, then you will get the alert and the sound. The app works as a service, so once you start it, it appears as a service and it keeps running even if it's closed, okay, from the user interface. You can also publish commands, and we'll see how to do that. Publishing is straightforward. Again, you select the name, the topic, the icon, and then you can have a single command, on-off commands, or you can have value. Okay, and I have examples of all three. Back to the alerts. Okay, back to the alerts, and you switch from commands to alerts like this. We can now connect, and to connect we have to press this. We have to press this. Okay, let me do it again for you. So you use the same button to disconnect, and then we can connect again. Okay, once we are connected, the MQTT client, because essentially the app is an MQTT client, starts receiving messages. Okay, in this case you see the temperature, the humidity, CO2, VOC, and the magnetic window, as well as the peer. So let's have a look at what happens when the magnetic window switch actuates. So we will open the window, we go to the app, we see that it's open. When we close it, it closes. Okay. In the meantime, the peer also actuated, and we see the light here. Okay, so every event is stored, okay, and can be exported, okay, with the timestamp. And for analog values, like for example temperature, okay, you can also see the graph, which you can scroll, okay, or change in scale. Okay, and again you can see the historical data, all time stamped. Okay. Okay, in the analog case, you can also configure nice things like, okay, let's add it. So in case the value is higher than whatever, in this case 1000 ppm, I can send an MQTT command to the fan, okay, which will switch on and will go off when the ppm will go below 1000, again with the hysteresis configured. So let's see if we make it work. Okay, so right now the ppm, the measured ppm is 455. Okay, as you can also see here. Let's try to increase the CO2 content. Okay. Okay, let's now see the fan, which is turning. Okay, as you can see from the relay on. Okay, I think now the only remaining device to test is the peer, and we have configured down here a peer device. So whenever the peer will sound, and the event will be captured by the app. Okay, when some event is not anymore active, like for example the air quality now is back to 400. Okay, when the event is not active anymore, you can acknowledge and it will disappear. Okay, so let me show you what happens when you close the app when the broker is connected. It closes, but the app appears as a service here, as you can see. So anything that happens will appear in the notification bar up here. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please download the app from the Play Market and rate it. Have a good day. Bye bye.